Hello, my friend, Tony Moore, the Culture Architect, and welcome to 2025. You know, if you've been following us for any period of time, you have likely heard me reference one of my favorite books, The One Thing. My friend, as a multitasking, easily distracted, idea-generating leader, The One Thing has had a profound impact on how I approach my work. In case you're unfamiliar with it, allow me to sum up the basic concept outlined in The One Thing. In each area of your life, you are encouraged to ask and answer this question: what is the one thing that, if done well, will make everything else I do easier or unnecessary? Your answer to that question reveals an area of focus that you should give due attention. Over the years, my answer to this question has been profoundly impactful on me personally. So much so that I wondered how our team's answer to a modified version of this question might inform where we should focus our attention in 2025. So here's the question. In our unrelenting quest to help leaders deepen their impact, what is the one thing that, if we help them do better, would make everything else they do easier or unnecessary? Good question, right? Let me say it again. In our unrelenting quest to help leaders deepen their impact, what is the one thing that, if we help them do better, would make everything else they do easier or unnecessary? Well, to answer that question, we did a high-level scan of the presenting issues of the leaders and teams with whom we've worked over the past few years. We reviewed the data we gathered from CEO interviews, and we considered the articles we read, like in journals like the Harvard Business Review, Black Enterprise, and Entrepreneur magazines. As we were looking at these sources, we asked, what are the common threads we are observing? Are there standard challenges across industries? Is there any one area of struggle we have seen for leaders, regardless of their place on the organizational chart? Our conclusion: leaders are stuck in the weeds. Our answer to the one thing: if we can help leaders get out of the weeds, it would make everything else they do easier or unnecessary. For that reason, we have doubled our suite of interventions designed to get you out of the weeds in 2025. Interventions that enable you to do less and lead more. Imagine the impact you could have this year if you could retire from your position as chief problem solver. Imagine the innovative ideas that would emerge this year if you could shift your focus from extinguishing fires to strategic leadership. And imagine seeing your home run hitters become Hall of Fame players this year, simply because you were able to spend less time managing an ever-growing to-do list and more time coaching, mentoring, and guiding your team. Now, if you're having a hard time imagining this, you're not alone, and you've come to the right place. If you will, let me share what a few leaders have said after working with us. It's a little hard to read, fun to read, but I don't know, a little embarrassing, but you'll get it. The first one here: Tony worked with our entire leadership team on culture, coaching, and employee engagement. His energy, honesty, and knowledge helped us to build a better team, and I love this, become better performing employees. I am a better supervisor because of my time working with Tony. Wow. Here's another one for you. Tony and his team led us through activities that were cut to the chase regarding our current culture and helped us identify actionable goals and tactics to lead to better performance. We have implemented many of his recommendations and are a stronger team because of his impact. You can't go wrong by selecting them when it's time to take a serious look at your organization for relevance and growth. Here's our third one. Our staff and credit unions were positively impacted by our time with Tony Moore Speaks and the team. Program attendees gained confidence, refined leadership skills, learned new teamwork skills, enhanced communications, and built many strong and lasting relationships. Several attendees received promotions after attending Tony's sessions, and they all say they are better equipped for additional leadership responsibilities. Man, that's so cool. And this should be our last one. Tony wasn't afraid to ask the hard questions, which I felt greatly benefited our leadership team. I've quite honestly never seen our team as engaged as they were during the session. We had a great open discussion outlining steps to help improve our organization. Are you ready to get out of the weeds, my friend? Hit us up at TonyMooreSpeaks.com to select the intervention that will work best for you. And here's a hint, take that first step today. Is that cool?